So we got a brand new update to Wolong, update 1.09, and oh boy, the features, the amount of stuff that we got in here, you're in for a treat. If you were looking for a reason to hop back into Wolong, then this is your reason right here to do so. There are many amazing things that they did in here. There's many new things and many exciting news, so let's just dive right into it, the highlights of the update and everything that we are going to be seeing. The very first thing is that just the gameplay right out of the back, the gameplay that you are seeing out in the background, it's basically a new battlefield. It's called Crouching Dragons Battle Royale. I do not know what does this thing has a battle royale, but oh boy is it difficult. I personally haven't defeated this. I haven't beaten this thing just yet at the time of this video because I haven't had that much chance to play whatsoever. But this is an endgame mission. This is the endgame mission. Like, this is the thing that you will unlock at the very end of everything in this game. And basically what it has is just a boss after boss after boss, similar to the Crouching Dragons trial and the previous trials that you already have in the base game, but this is regularly for pure bosses on itself. You could say that this is an amazing place to farm armors and whatnot if you not want to go out there and complete the complete map to go look for, let's say, Dongshuo and whatnot. The thing is that this thing has little things that you need to have in mind. So for example, your morale is not going to be recovered once you defeat an enemy. So if a boss kills you, yeah boy, you're going to start over. You're going to have to start over, and you're going to have to start over without your morale. So I would advise for you to try to beat this thing first with your friends. And you're not going to be able to chase this thing that much with all of the builds that we have made in the community. The builds that the community has made, you're not going to be able to chase anything with this thing because you need morale to use the strongest spells that are available in the game, and you're not allowed to use morale in this battlefield, dude, until you defeat quite a lot of bosses. So it is an interesting place, yeah. Another highlight that I think it's worth mentioning is that when you go to the blacksmith, they added the option to swap martial arts from weapons. And in paper, this sounded so gorgeously beautiful to my eyes when I was reading this thing, because I was like, dude, there are so many weapons that I wanted to use, but I never got to use them because of the crappy martial arts that I got in those weapons. Now, if I can have the moveset of that one weapon that I like and then change the martial art for another one that's a little bit better, this is going to add so much versatility to the game. They should have done this at the very launch of the game, and no, they didn't. If you go to embedment, you go to, for example, your weapon, you can see swap your martial arts, but the only thing is that going to change is that do you wish to swap the input for this martial arts? You're not allowed to change the martial art on itself, so that is a bummer. Misleading, quite misleading on the patch notes. Basically what it does is that you can swap the martial art from Y to X, and that's it, or triangle to square, from light to heavy, heavy to light, and yeah, just change the input. I mean, what's the fun in that, dude? Seriously, Team Ninja? So yeah, out of everything, I think that these are the major changes that you can see. There are changes for console players and for PC players, but oh boy, the best for the end, the grand finale. This is just going to affect and going to make happy the PC community. No, I do not think that they fixed already the controller scheme, but what they did add is support for AMD FSR 2, XeSS, and DLSS. And oh boy, does it looks amazing. I love it. I do not understand, dude. We already have these things. Why cannot they take their time to implement all of these things on the launch of the game? Although it does have to be mentioned, it does have to be said, the game is still quite heavy on the CPU, which shouldn't. it's still going to be very heavy on your CPU, and that is something that they haven't fixed yet. And I do not think that they are going to address that because not a lot of people are talking about it. But anyways, the final thing, oh boy, that is not all, dude. There's more. There's even more. They also announced the first batch of the DLC, Battle of Shangguan, that thing, the Battle of the Sea. The Sea Fighters. The first DLC will be available to play in June 29, 2023, featuring the new scenario Battle of the Sea Warriors. Included will be new stages, difficulty level, weapon type, enemies, and more. Promising and exciting experience for Wolong experts and novices alike. Check back soon for more information. And yeah, this is just Team Ninja way of handling things. There's Neo, there's Final Fantasy, there's this. The reason to be excited for is that the real juiciness of the endgame with this types of game from Team Ninja, it really comes from a paywall. Yeah, that's a bummer. That sucks a little bit, but generally, back in the days of Neo 2, the real endgame, the real grind, the real amazing stuff came with the new difficulties, the new gears. We're going to have new weapon types in here. We're probably going to have more armor designs. I very much hope that they do add more armor designs because they are very needed. Very needed. Do not get me wrong, I think that the ones that we have right now are cool enough, but there isn't that much variety as it was in Neo, nor Neo 2 for that matter. That's a past game, that's a previous game. Why do we get a downgrade on the amount of customization, character customization that we have right here? Anyways, lots of new information for Wolong. Are you excited about all of this new stuff? Do stay tuned on the channel. We're going to be speaking about everything Wolong in here if you're interested in. And if you like content, like it, very super appreciated. And also, if today you're just a beautiful person, you're in the day just a beautiful person, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and I'll be seeing you goddamn gorgeous and beautiful people in the next one. Have a beautiful day, and goodbye.